I have to admit, like, I was kind of surprised at first, like, when I first started up. I'm like, oh no, it's pretty much just the same as Wild World, but they actually did add quite a bit of, like, little things here and there. Like, well, the city is the biggest thing.
The first thing I did was go to the city at the first, available opportunity. So I went and rode a little bus.
I think the Happy Room Academy, which actually has an office in the city now, you can go in there, you can talk to the representative, and he'll
Which is Lyle, actually.
Yeah, and
he lost his insurance job, I guess.
yeah, and he'll basically, like, give you the rundown of, like, what actually makes a good house, which is nice, because before, the Happy Room Academy would just send you letters and give you a score. So now they'll explain it to you, and now they actually give you a demo room where I think it also pulls from WeConnect 24, and it gives you, like, an example room, and if you make your room look like that one, then you get bonus points.
I actually really am curious about the town, or the city itself. Like, does it expand at some point? For right now, it seems like all the lots are taken up except for one. There's, like, the shoe shine guy. I actually went to the shampoo shop and got a makeover. So I did a me thing, but I'm playing on, like, the office one, and the only me on there was a Link me.
Yeah.
So I tried, and it was funny because my character's a girl and Link's a boy. So, but I was a little disappointed because I went to go put on a hat in the store, and it actually, when I tried it on, it took off the mask. So I was a little disappointed that I couldn't be a me with my accessories and things like that.
I'm surprised, like, they kind of made such a bigger deal out of the emoting stuff, because obviously the big thing with city folk is we speak. So if you have the microphone and people are visiting your town, you just speak, and everybody in that town can hear you. So it's like the need to actually do emotes and things like that isn't really as necessary.
Emotes, I kind of wish since you can talk to your friends, I wish they had maybe changed it so you use emotes to interact with the animals.
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought too when you go to the theater and you get the emotes, is that you go into town and, like, if you do the exclamation point thing, like, they'll react to you, but they really don't.
The moody guy in the theater, you have to pay to go watch his stupid little show that you can't fast forward his stupid jokes if you just want all your emotions. I didn't like the way that they put, like, the UI for letter writer. You can't use the nunchuck to go through the keyboard, which is really frustrating for me because I hate pointing at the screen for each letter press. I even changed it to cell phone input, so it was, like, easier for me, but I really wish they would just let you use the nunchuck for it. I like a lot of the, motion controls and pointing stuff, I feel is just really tacked on, and I wish they did, like, better stuff with that.
They also added something that I actually really like on the D-pad. If you press, like, left or right, you can just switch through all your tools. You don't have to go straight to the menu screen, which is nice. And the fishing, you can do the gesture of fishing and pull up and the net thing. But another kind of neat thing you can do, which I haven't tried yet, but you did, is you can import your Wild World character.
And I'm thinking, awesome, I can take all my items over. I mean, I spent a lot of time in Wild World, so I, like, dug out my copy and I turned it on and transferred it, and it transferred really fast. So I'm like, wow, okay, that was really quick. But then when I booted up the game, I was in the tiny, dinky little house. My character looked like my Wild World character, and I didn't have any new items or anything, so I was a little disappointed at first. Later on, I realized my catalog actually transfers over, so a lot of, basically every item that I had was available in the catalog, and I can buy it back, except for, like, some of the really special ones that I got over, Wi-Fi, or, like, download stations like Toys R Us events, those things. Those items did not carry over, unfortunately.
The thing that I still very much like about this game, and like any previous Animal Crossing, is that it's totally laid back. It's not like a stressful game, but you still feel like you're doing something. You're making progress towards something. And I think things like the mushroom, picking up mushrooms every day and things like that are kind of play into that really well, because if you want to collect all the mushroom furniture, then you're going to go in there every day and just kind of look around for mushrooms and pick them up and do whatever.
When I go home after work, how often will I play this game versus, like, any other console game that I have there hooked up to my television? Like, am I going to play this, or am I going to play Fable? Like, it's really a time-consuming game for, I guess, for a console. It's just like a different mentality you have with it. So I was a little worried that I actually wouldn't play it as much, but they actually make it really easy to just play for 10 minutes at a time. And if you want to play for a longer stint, actually they have a really easy way for you to change the calendar this time. So they have it built right into the menu system, so you don't even have to trick it by changing your hardware system's date and time. You just go in and there's an option in the beginning before you load up your game to change the game's time. The thing is, I've never really cared much for my neighbors. If they added some more ways for you to interact with the neighbors, I think that it might have helped a lot.
It's also the kind of game where they could just do so much more with it. Like even just the city itself. Like when they first announced it, I just assumed the city was like an online hub. And while the city is still cool, like they could have done so much more, I think. And
it really does feel like a half step. I'm almost curious if they just did this as like a, in between Animal Crossing game, and that maybe I'm being hopeful that there is like a bigger and better Animal Crossing out there to be had, and maybe they're working on it and they just put this out in the meantime. But like I kind of, yeah, it really feels like it's Animal Crossing 2.5, and I was kind of really hoping for Animal Crossing 3.0.
If anything, this game basically reaffirms how much of a freaking jerk Tom Nook is.